Hello, you are watching the Top Frame channel. What if I tell you that there are animals that can live for a long time after their death, no matter how paradoxical it sounds? Moreover, some dead creatures are able to attack you and kill you easily. I present to your attention a list of 5 animals that maintain their activity after death. Let's start with snakes. Some species of them can easily kill you after you've ripped their heads off. For example, watch this video where the guy with a shovel beheaded Grimek, and she kept looking around and waiting for a hit. Even in this state, the snake is capable of biting and injecting a lethal dose of poison, an hour after the head was cut off. So we have a real zombie. Look at these shots. The cut-off head of the snake bites its former body, which also continues to move after death. It is not clear who is in front of us, whether a masochist or a sadist. It seems that the body is its own, and it seems that it is no longer. In 2016, in the state of Tennessee, the cut-off head of the rattlesnake bit a firefighter who was resting with his family in the wild. The guy just wanted to throw his head out of the head of the snake that had just been killed by him, and did not expect that, being without a body, it would be able to bite him and inject poison. After the bite, the firefighter felt that his lips and throat were bleeding. He took a few more steps, lost consciousness, fell and hit his head against a stone. The rescuers needed more than an hour to get to the victim, take him out of the forest, and then take him to the hospital by helicopter. Fortunately, the guys, although with difficulty, were able to save him. But Chef Peng Fan from the southern Chinese province of Canton was much less lucky. Once in a restaurant he was cooking a special dish from the Indo-Chinese cobra neck, which is considered a rare and exquisite delicacy. The cook was going to throw the snake's head into the trash can, but suddenly it bit his hand, injecting its deadly neurotoxic poison. The poor cook died before the ambulance arrived. Thus, the snake was able to take revenge after death for its murder. Incredible. Well, this is generally something out of the ordinary. In this video, the snake eats itself. In fact, such cases occur quite often, but it is asked, what makes the snake start the process of self-destruction? It turns out that the whole thing is in the smell. The snake unconditionally trusts the smell, and in vain, they sometimes deceive it. When the smelly particles of food get on the reptile's tail, it can count its body as prey and immediately attack it. Countless snakes have died in this way. For example, watch this video. Here the tail of the reptile emitted the smell of an animal that it had recently fed on. As a result, the poisonous predator bit itself, and then rushed. But we will not be distracted from the topic of the video. The next animal that can easily kill you after your death is an octopus. In Korea and Japan there are gourmands who like to eat various raw mollusks, among which octopuses are the most dangerous, because their paws move after cutting, which leads to various causes. The dish is prepared as follows. The octopus is seasoned with sesame oil and sesame, then cut into pieces and served on a table. Animal brain can be reduced within 3 hours after cutting. As you know, our hand cannot act on its own, since our brain controls its movements. However, the octopus movements are controlled by the tentacles themselves, that is, they do not need a brain for this. This is because more than half of the neurons of the central nervous system of the octopus are located in the limbs. Thus, one eaten tentacle of this mollusk can easily block air access through the throat. It was because of this ridiculousness that several people have already died. Well, some particularly unkempt gourmets prefer to eat a live octopus as a whole. At this point, the probability of dying increases in a geometric progression. Very often such amusements are spoiled by unprepared tourists, who always strive to try everything they can, and sometimes this leads to very sad consequences. And here is an amazing Japanese dish, a dancing octopus. At first, the mollusk sits calmly, but when you pour its sauce, it starts to twitch its tentacles. In fact, this octopus is not an octopus at all, it is a squid, and it's already dead. The secret is that, when it's poured with soy sauce, the sodium contained there enters the chemical reaction with the cells of the sea creature. As a result, free ions are released, which tickle the nerve endings of the tentacles, making the squid dance. Squid eating can be no less dangerous than eating octopuses. In 2012, a very comical and very creepy incident happened. One woman was eating an undercooked squid. During this action, the animal suddenly woke up and began to fertilize the mouth of the unfortunate restaurant visitor. The squid managed to inject a lot of sperm into it, and before it spat it out, the poor woman had to be hospitalized. And this is the heart of a turtle, which is capable of fighting for a long time after it was torn out. The hearts of reptiles, fish, birds and mammals have their own cells, the cardiostimulators, which take over when there are no signals from the trunk of the brain, which provides heart function for some time. Turtles are much more resilient in this regard. The frog also shows incredible tenacity after death. Being headless, can behave for quite a long time, almost the same as the one with the head. The first factor due to which frogs have the abilities of zombies, the reactor that makes the frog's abilities to become a zombie is a reflex reaction, in which the necessary electrical impulses are triggered, allowing the muscles to stretch and shrink. These reactions bypass the brain, which is different from the reaction to a tickle in a human. That is, a human being without a head can never move like that, because our behavior depends entirely on the brain. Still, compared to a frog, we are quite difficult to arrange anatomically. But even more amazing is the fact that males take care of the headless females, which in turn perceive caretakers as a foreign stimulus. But even more amazing is the fact that males take care of the headless females, which in turn perceive caretakers as a foreign stimulus. That's all. Don't